Hello, hello. It's not Monday, May 19th, is it? Hello, it's Chris Allen in the evening, and I got to get used to this routine as I am trying to get used to the routine. It's just a change. It'll be all right. All right. Spell Wednesday. NSDA. Oh, can you tell this is live? Okay. Welcome into 270 Weather. I am Chris Allen. And no, you're not seeing things. It is the evening. It is now 6:52 in the PM and not the AM. Because in the AM, I'm doing weather on TV. In the PM, I'm doing 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Used to do it in the mornings, but now I'm trying to sleep as late as I can and then get up early and go in to News 40 and do the weather. So it's just a flip flop. I just got to get used to this routine. Okay. It's like it used to be a long time ago. Some of you don't remember that, but yeah. So anyway, let's look outside and see what's going on with the Plano cam. I think everything has been fine today. I mean, there it is. Now you get an afternoon and evening view instead of a morning view from the Plano cam. You can still see that there's a bit of a breeze that is out there that has been with us all day today. The winds have been out of the west at 10, 15, even 20 to 30, some gust up to 30 miles per hour. I just bought some Boston ferns and set them out front on my porch, and they keep toppling over. It's like, doggone it. I want it to look good, but then the wind just keeps taking them down. But you guys I know are having the same issues. The winds ramp up, and then you get nice plants. You put them out on the front porch. You can finally not have to worry about frost or freeze. You got your stuff out there and it's blooming and it looks good. And the ferns are nice and green and just lush. And then the wind. Yeah, yeah. It's all part of it. Well, let's look at the numbers from today. Today, the high temperature in Bowling Green, 77 at the Bowling Green Airport, 3 degrees cooler than the normal of 80. Yes, the normal high has now gone up another degree to 80. The low was 65 this morning, and of course, no rainfall past 24 hours. And I don't really think we'll see much of anything. Here's a look at radar. It is very quiet. There is a little disturbance that's trying to work in from the north and west. Now, what are these green shaded counties? It's a lake wind advisory. There you see it, Western Kentucky, until 7 o'clock. So it's only got 5 more minutes to go. But the winds, and it just what I just said, west winds at 15 to 20 with gust up to 30. So if you're out on a lake, it was probably a little choppy. But I know a lot of you will be out on the lake this weekend because it's Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be choppy, but it is going to be a little rainy, which I'll talk more about in just a moment. Here's a look at a weak disturbance. You can see it over in Missouri, parts of Indiana, Illinois. That is going to drop southward tonight. And really, I think it's not going to provide all that much in the way of rain. There might be a sprinkle or a light rain shower, but I think more so west of Bowling Green is where the better setup for that is going to be. And even there, it's not going to be much of a setup. It's going to be passing shower, maybe, but a sprinkle, maybe, even if that much. It's just not going to be that big of a deal. But I thought I would mention it just in case you wake up in the morning and just little raindrops on your windshield. Here's a look at the high resolution satellite view. There's Bowling Green. and pretty much all of the 270 is sunny. There are some speckled cumulus clouds out to the east of us in parts of central and eastern Kentucky. And then here's the disturbance that is going to come down tonight out of Missouri and just north of us and maybe provide some light rain shower activity. Let's check the Kentucky Mesonet network, and we get to look at numbers that are in the afternoon instead of the morning. If you want to see morning temperatures, then you need to watch me on News 40, 6 to 7 in the mornings. Yeah. So here's the afternoon temperatures, upper 60s to low 70s, some mid 70s out in western Kentucky. Precipitation past 24 hours. Well, this doesn't take in everything that we saw yesterday because it ended right about 7 o'clock or so last evening. But this does take in everything you can see east of us after 7, where the cold front came through and shut off the rain. There was a lot. There was a lot of rain. We can go back past 48 hours, and then you can see how heavy the rain was. So we had a few places like Muhlenberg County, and they had a flood warning, 2.43 inches of rain. There were some places that got over 3.5 inches of rain. We had reports of that. Here in Bowling Green, anywhere from almost 2 inches at the sensor at the Ag Expo Center to 1.2 inches at the Corvette plant. But then you go down to Allen County, Scottsville, almost 2.5 inches there, and 2.33 inches in Barron County. Other amounts were less than that, but that's where your targeted very heavy rainfall was yesterday. So, but today, much better. Oh, is it much better? Let me show you the dew points. 40s and 50s. We have temperatures in the 60s and 70s, but we have dew points in the 40s and 50s. That means relative humidity is going to be much lower than it's been, only 45%, 50%. Kind of dry. It is dry. That's a dry relative humidity, but it's nice. And then the winds today have been persistent and consistent from the west at 5 to 10 to 15. Let's check the gusts. There have been some pretty good gusts. 15. They're winding down now. And I think most of the winds will start to ease off just a little bit as we get into tonight, but then kind of ramp back up when the sun comes up again tomorrow. So the winds have been breezy, but boys, it felt nice. And at least we didn't have to worry about any severe weather. Phew. And really, if you think about it, we escaped. We dodged another bullet yesterday. It was so close. So close. When we were doing the tornado warnings, there was a cell that just looked like it was just ready to drop something. I mean, there was circulation, there was rotation. It started to tighten up, and it tightened up, and then it just went away. But it was so close yesterday evening. All right, let's go to the maps here, and I'll show you what to expect because you're planning your Memorial Day weekend, and you want to know if it's going to rain. The answer is yes, but let me explain. Oh, that rhymes. Yes, it's going to rain. Well, let me explain. Here's the cold front just now east of us, and now the winds will start to settle down. It's actually going to be a little coolish tonight. We're talking about mid 50s. There may be some of you that drop into the low 50s for overnight lows tonight under a clear sky. Here comes our little disturbance. A few more clouds will pop in overnight. And then tomorrow morning, they've got a little something painted in here. But again, we're talking about really, really light showers, sprinkles, drops of rain, nothing really organized. This thing is going to come through, and most of you will not get rained on. Then we get into tomorrow afternoon. They're showing that there's still going to be a little bit left over, but I think it's really just going to continue to drop into the Tennessee Valley by tomorrow night, and we start to clear back up. Here we go into Friday morning, early, like after midnight, Friday morning. Clear, sunshine for the day Friday. And we're talking about 70, maybe even upper 60s for a high temperature on Friday as you're getting ready to do what you're going to do for the Memorial Day weekend. It is a holiday weekend, and I know you're going to try to plan a cookout, going to the lake, unofficial start of summer. Memorial Day weekend is the unofficial start of summer because summer officially starts next month. We're about exactly a month away. So here is the map for, doesn't want to load for some reason. There is, let me go to Saturday. Yeah. So here is, let me back it up. Here comes Friday evening. And as you can see, high pressure still keeping us mainly dry, but clouds will be on the increase Friday evening. And then we get into Saturday. This is Saturday morning, showers. But the heavier rain and thunderstorms is going to be back to the west. Those heavier rains and thunderstorms are going to come in on Sunday. And there's your Sunday outlook. Rain, thunderstorms, trough, a bit of a elongated trough of low pressure, upper wave to the north of us, low pressure to the west, warm front, stationary front, warm sector. If there's going to be any nasty weather, it would be between the warm front and that stationary front back to the west. At this moment, I'm not really calling for severe weather. Storm Prediction Center is not really highlighting anything, but you know how things have been lately. This could do a quick pivot, and then we're talking about severe weather. But for now, all we're talking about is heavy rainfall. Sunday is going to be a soaker. Here's Monday with the low pressure system just across the Tennessee border. Thankfully, we are not going to be under that warmest sector between the warm front and the cold front. We're going to be north of it, but that means we're going to get a lot of rain. So Monday morning, Memorial Day, there will be scattered showers and thunderstorms, becoming more widely scattered as we get into Tuesday. And then here we are for Wednesday. Yeah, pretty quiet. Let me see if I can load that for Wednesday. Okay, they don't have anything there, but I think Wednesday there's a small chance of a shower, and that's going to be about it. What about severe weather chances? Severe weather chances today have been over there where I showed you, west of us. Nothing here. And with that little disturbance tonight, nothing. Here's tomorrow. Nothing. Let's go to Friday. Nothing. Okay, that's good. Here we go into Saturday. Quiet. And here we go into Sunday when we're expecting the heavy rain. See, no severe weather. But the way the weather has been behaving lately, it's possible that this graphic on Sunday could change, or maybe even Saturday. But right now, there's not a severe weather threat out there. Monday, there's Memorial Day, no severe weather threat at all. But like I said, we've seen things change in a pivot, and it's possible that that could happen again. So, what about the rain? Well, the rainfall could be heavy. As I mentioned, here is the day 1 through 7 QPF. This would take you all the way through next Thursday. So, it's not all going to happen in one day, but you can see that we're going to be at least picking up around 2 to 3 inches of rain this weekend, and then just minor amounts of, a tenth to a quarter of an inch after that. But the bulk of this rain is coming this weekend. Look, though, out in Missouri, western Missouri, there we're talking about 5 to 7 inches of rain. That's a lot, a lot. So they're going to get the worst of the rainfall. We're not. Still, you're going to have to factor in some rain for your holiday weekend. I would say go ahead and plan what you're going to plan for outdoors this weekend, but just also plan that you could be interrupted by some rain or maybe a thunderstorm. It's possible. All right. Here's a look at the model blender, and we look at the numbers, and really cool-ish because our normal high is 80. So we're going 73 tomorrow after being at 55 tonight. And then we go 70, maybe upper 60s Friday, low 70s Saturday, Sunday with the rain. Monday, Memorial Day, mid 70s. Then we stay in the mid 70s to around 80 for next weekend, the final weekend of May. And look right there, the very end of this graphic is June 1st. Yeah. Look at that low of 62 before we get into the day, June 1st. Now, 80, that's where we're supposed to be. Believe it or not, that's where we're supposed to be. But leading up to that, we are going to be running, in some cases, 10, 11 degrees cooler than normal. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast. You got 72 tomorrow. That's slight chance of a shower. 48, 49, maybe tomorrow night. It's going to be a little chilly, comparatively speaking. 70, a nice day on Friday. Here's your holiday weekend. 71, scattered thunderstorms Saturday. Best chance coming Sunday. Some of that will be heavy rain. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms Monday, Memorial Day. Leaving out of the picture on Tuesday, then Wednesday, there still might be just a leftover shower there. Okay. So, Rod and Gale, will this indicate a cooler summer? Not necessarily. I mean, the trend right now is a cooler start to summer, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be that way all summer long. Uh, but isn't it crazy that we've had a bunch of warm air and it's been really rainy, stormy, and all that? And then all of a sudden, right as we go into summer, it just cools down and everything just kind of, I mean, we need a break, granted, but I know some of you are really wanting it to be when the calendar says summer, you want it to be summer. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, you guys, have a great rest of the evening. Thanks as always for watching 270 Weather. Be sure and spread the word that I'm doing this now in the evenings instead of the mornings. Now, on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, I will go back to doing it in the mornings for the weekend because I don't have to do the weather on TV on the weekends. So I know we all got to get used to this different way of doing it. but trust me, it'll be fine. But thank you. God bless you. And I will see you hopefully, or you'll see me on News 40 WNKY tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. for sunrise, and then 12 noon for the WNKY noon show.